Hey Cancer, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekly reading from November 24th through the 30th, 2025. This is for Cancer. Last shuffle coming out for Cancer. I will be resuming dailies on December 1st. Just have to take some time out and, reconnect with everyone, and also to get some time to study and to develop some stuff that I'm about to make some stuff. But try to branch out and do a little bit more with what we're doing here, and excited about it. So we have new beginnings, fragmented energy. So the new beginnings aspect of things is the Six of Pentacles. Four of Swords. So right now I see that you're meant to find some level of peace, feel at home. The new beginning is about feeling at home mostly. I feel that your energy may just be scattered because things are going to feel, feels like things are going to feel, you may sense a change, a huge shift, a huge change, right? I feel that some deception is going to be cleared up. I feel that someone's going to finally say something to you about maybe deception, maybe you have been lied on or something here. I feel like that's going to get cleared up. I feel that it's important for you to look at the bigger picture rather than focusing on the deception itself. See this situation as something that comes forward like a message, or keep seeing a message, but um, you want to see this as finally this is getting cleared up. Finally, I can just. It almost looks like vindication, like you were vindicated, right? You want to say, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite. I feel that saying this is going to become true for you, right? I feel that it's important that you realize that none of the stuff that's being said towards you, about you, is necessarily a fault. It's not necessarily like you are wrong. It's more of an energy of understanding that things happen for a reason. Uh, mm, some of you are going to get some kind of confirmation about maybe something religious or spiritual, like maybe you're on a journey and you're wanting to understand something a little bit more. You're going to get understanding about it more than anything else, right? I feel that you're going through a spiritual awakening, and it's going to feel like a dark night of the soul because you're going to start seeing everything differently. You're going to feel like all this is a lie. Well, you know what I mean? That's usually what happens. I don't care what anyone says. Like, they make it, I feel like it's advertised as healing and spiritual awakenings, advertised greatly as such a beautiful experience. And usually when you see it, they're smiling, and a lot of times it looks like sick. You feel sick inside because of what you've been dealing with, experiencing, and maybe what you've believed for so long. You're like, that was a lie, right? That wasn't even true. How could anybody do this or do that to other people? How could this be? It's a lot. I know for me and many other people, healing is not gorgeous, right? Oh, all of a sudden your skin clears up. Like, no, at first you're going to have breakouts because you are ridding yourself of toxins. Now that you're aware, you're like, oh no, I'm stopping this. I'm no longer partaking in that. I'm no longer dealing with this type of energy. No, 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 right? And so a lot of times it's painful. And it's painful because you really may have entrenched your life or shaped your life after a certain concept or a people, and then you realize this is not it. Now I got to redo my whole life. That's harsh. It does not always look beautiful. Sometimes it is, and of course it is, right? The eureka moment. It's like, finally, the relief. But sometimes with that relief is a lot of tears, a lot of pain, heartache, a lot of that, right? So I'm just seeing that somebody is enlightened, right? And that this situation passes throughout the week. Like, the dark part, the part where you're just like, I cannot believe, because then you start realizing stuff afterwards, especially if you are dealing with a person. Because I'm getting a person who finally awakens and is enlightened and very happy. Like, I finally understand something. Then you realize who has been putting hexes on you because they said certain key phrases, and it's like, I'm so glad to know I had that. Wait a minute, so and so said And now the dark part comes of like, oh my gosh, it was in my face the whole time. I just didn't see it. Someone's going to be in that space. But that looks very like a very marginalized part of people, not like a whole bunch of people. You know, you want to use amber. Amber is going to help to wake up the creative side of you. You're going to be able to put two and two together creatively. Because if this feels like a logic puzzle, like a game of Clue, and you're going to find out who is doing what. If that has been happening to you, you're going to know who did it. You have Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles with the new beginnings. Talks a lot about how you free yourself. I feel like you free yourself from something. You may realize or understand now why it's important to just let go of whatever happened, because you realize that that was part of the plan. It needed to come out, right? If I don't know how some it's difficult to say exactly how this comes out to you or how you start to come into the awareness or the realization, because I do see someone sending you some positive message. Some of you, this message may say a key word or a key phrase, and you go, what, why would they say that? Why? Wow. That means if they're aware of this, I didn't tell anybody this at all. That means that they were the one, right? So I see that kind of thing too. But there's a new beginning where you are now free. I see someone free. Someone's starting to realize that, you know what, it was never really me that is the problem necessarily. It's that this I had a certain level of influence that was blocking my intuition. I feel that that's another aspect of things, that maybe your intuition was blocked. It was difficult for you to really tap into the waters. And you're now seeing the bigger picture. Spirit wants you to rise above the details of things and to look at the bigger part of something. Look at things as, I don't know if you ever read that book by James Redfield, The Celestine Prophecy. And I know I'm butchering the name because I've heard it being said differently. Celestine or some other mess, right? I'm saying Celestine. So I don't know. You want to look into that book. That book is amazing. And it speaks about how things happen in that way. And I feel that you may be on a path similar to that book. What an amazing book that opened my eyes when I was like 14. My neighbor, I swear, she was a grown woman with 4 children. And we used to have philosophical conversations. And she handed me that book. And I read it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And I think there's even there's it's a part of a collection. But yeah, fragmented energy with the Tower and Queen of Swords, and that speaks of what has you all over the place. It's difficult for you to stay focused. Is that you may be thinking about all the things, like all of a sudden it's like eureka, light bulb comes on. This, that, and the third. This is enlightened, and that may have you all over the place where you're just like discombobulated to some degree for the beginning of the week. The dark thoughts creep in with the Knight of Cups and the Empress. Dark thoughts come in from a positive, happy message. This may be an apology or like a condolences or a well wishes. And I feel that it's going to put you through a tailspin of like, why are, why maybe also too, it could be the way that they're wording things, um, or the way that something comes through, mm, almost looks like it, it's like respect. I see a respectful thing, but then there's like an undertone, and the undertone would feel. I feel that it would make you overthink things. You know what I mean? They say on the surface it seems not like that's very nice of this person, or it's very nice to say this, but then what? I was actually watching a show the other day, and it seems like this person was so nice to this girl. I feel like this show is Nosferatu on Netflix. I just started watching the show and I was immediately hooked, right? But there was a woman, a very nice woman, right? They were daughter and mother cleaning homes. I think she was like 17, 18 years old, and her and her mom. And the woman the house that they were cleaning was really affluent, nice woman, invited her to everything. And she was saying, she's just extra nice out of nowhere. Come, put her arm around her. I just love you, and you're just such a sweet girl, and this, that, and the third. And then the and you're just like, me personally, I was like, why is she being so extra nice to this girl? And then out of nowhere, she comes out with, I was just trying to talk to your mom, and I just feel like she was, I just feel like there's some extra stuff going on, and the whole time this woman thinks they've been fully abused, and only being nice to her because she thinks that she's like messed up, in life, and it wasn't like that, it wasn't the way that the woman was thinking, but you realize then that, wow, someone really has some kind of a thing, thoughts of me. But then at the same time, on another note, besides that example, is that someone also may have been doing something underhanded to you as well, and they're going to confess it. Maybe you didn't know who it was. You're just like, I know somebody did something to me, because why am I experiencing this series of bad luck? Why is it that I'm isolated and I'm alone a lot of times? Or why is it that I feel trapped and that nobody's telling me what's, like talking to me? And it's like somebody was behind you doing a bunch of crap. Courage is the hermit in world. And so the courage energy, and I'm by this I mean, for some of you it's on the level of like dark magic, hexing, things of that nature, but or evil eye even, just sending bad energy your way, uh, or thoughts of like you're just down, like, thoughts of like, oh, poor Cancer, bless Cancer's heart, and that's even dark magic too. um and the courage aspect for this would tell me that you need to be bold and stand on your own boldly, right? Like, okay, I can stand here by myself because at least in my little circle is a dot, and I can trust me, and I know I can make things happen. I have breakthroughs. I can have breakthroughs or experience that on my own. I'm also, my ability to conquer my challenges is limitless. My mm, my potential to succeed is infinite. I can do whatever the heck I want to do in life. And Spirit wants you to make sure that you're taking action towards those things. I feel like people are really opinionated around you and impatient too. And maybe even reckless with their opinions. Reckless. And so, like, you may be a very honest, hardworking person, very talented person, and you may start to come into a revelation that people around you, everybody ain't for you. I feel that way too, but at the same time, it's time to take some action towards your goals. It's time to clear the way towards just accomplishing your goals. I do feel that you're going to experience some kind of enlightenment here, and awaken to the power within you is more than anything else. Your intuition is going to be on point, like on point, and it might scare you a little bit, because then it'll tie into other things, other visions you had, other feelings you had, and you're like, oh my gosh, all those things were true. Because if this is true, and this is a really off the wall, out in left field intuition that was solidified for me, that I was right. What else was I right about? And so that feels like a rabbit hole there. But rooster, year of the rooster is here, so that the year of the rooster could represent a year something significant happened, the energy I just described, or it could represent um, the year you were born or someone significant to you was born, and that would be 2017, 2005, 1993, 81, 69, 57, 45, and 33. You could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra, a Scorpio, Virgo, um, or Capricorn. Yeah. Yep. So if you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.